Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best boy bands that saw their primary success and public profile during the 1990s. This means groups that formed in the late 80s or continued on into the early millennium are totally fair game. Number 10. Hansen. Longtime fans of Hansen may feel inclined to argue against their inclusion on a list such as this one. This is primarily down to the fact that this trio of siblings are genuine musicians and songwriters, and don't quite fit the typical meaning of boy band as we've come to know the term today. However, this band dynamic isn't one that's limited only to the 1990s, with groups like the Cowsills, the Jackson 5, and the Osmonds taking this formula back decades.
Never stop and they never die, they just keep on pumping how they multiply.
So we feel Hansen deserves a spot on this list because of their talent, and because these catchy earworms were composed by the brothers themselves. This is no mean feat after all, and it's helped the music of Hansen both endure and mature. Number 9. Biv Devo. The origins of Biv Devo actually date back to the incarnation of another vocal group, New Edition.
I told her I'd never fall in love, but now I know better.
That group's success occurred primarily during the 1980s, but ex-members Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, and Ronnie DeVoe would go on to enjoy success of their own into the 90s. The legacy of Biv Devo is probably most closely associated with the hit single Poison.
That girl is poison,
as well as the group's keen fashion sense. This combination of style and substance allowed Biv Devo to retain artistic credibility, while also possessing enough visual flair to appeal to the youth market as a boy band. Number 8. 5. The United States wasn't the only country to obtain a lock on the boy band industry. Britain possesses a long and storied history of mop-top lads coming across the pond to invade and captivate the hearts of young fans. 5 was simply an updated take on this sort of approach, a preened and polished group that held managerial connections to the Spice Girls. Their American success may not be comparable to either these ladies or that 60s British invasion, but 5 still managed to hit it big at home. Singles like When the Lights Go Out and If You're Getting Down also proved that members could write or co-write their own hits.
so baby come to me when the lights go out.
Number 7. 98 Degrees.
You're my sunshine after the rain. You're the cure against my fear and my pain.
The life cycle of a boy band almost inevitably involves the singling out of certain members for stardom. This could involve a solo singing career a la One Direction's Harry Styles,
We know it's not the same.
or acting/reality show appearances.
You and I have eaten tuna like this before.
Why is it called chicken by the sea or in the sea?
Chicken of the Sea is the brand.
This is where Nick Lachey and 98 Degrees come into the picture, since it was the former's marriage to singer Jessica Simpson that allowed both of them to expand beyond music.
I do cherish you.
This isn't to say that 98 Degrees didn't enjoy plenty of success as a musical group, of course, with the sibling relationship of Nick and Drew Lachey bringing a unique dynamic to their stage presence. Elsewhere, songs like Because of You and The Hardest Thing earned 98 Degrees massive chart success to boot. Number 6. Boyzone.
No matter what they call us, however they attack,
It's probably doubtful that those behind the casting process for Boyzone thought ahead much when it came to the group's name. The intent here was very clear, laid out in black and white, with the idea to create an Irish Take That.
You will and you let me down. You mess me up and you jerk my life around.
And this was exactly what producer and manager Louis Walsh achieved when he gathered up a group of Hansen fellas to sing old-school covers and modern originals across Irish pubs and TV programs. Boyzone's first 3 albums and the By Request compilation disc sold millions of copies, and managed to increase the band's profile both at home and abroad.
My life began with you.
So yeah, the boys in Boyzone eventually grew up to become men, but Manzone, Guyzone, or even Blokezone don't really have the same ring to them, do they?
What becomes of the broken hearted who had love that's now departed?
Number 5, Take That.
How deep is your love?
The original success of Britain's Take That burned brightly, to the tune of 3 highly successful albums released in quick succession.
'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down.
We all know how invested fans of boy bands can get, so when news broke that Take That was splitting up in 1996, a helpline was actually set up by Samaritans to deal with this crisis. Of course, we possess the benefit of hindsight to know that Robbie Williams' departure would lead to an equally successful solo career.
And through it all, she offers me protection, love and affection.
While Take That would eventually reunite without Williams in 2005, and then back with him in 2010.
You back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it.
The band's fans never forgot them through all these years, and were apparently just glad they were, wait for it, back for good.
Want you back, I want you back. You see, I want you back for good.
Number 4, New Kids on the Block.
Gonna put you in a trance with a funky song.
This one's tough because the New Kids on the Block did achieve a lot of their success during the 1980s, but thankfully their momentum carried them along enough into the following decade and beyond to merit their inclusion on this list.
Step by step, ooh, baby, gonna get to you, girl.
Because what grouping of boy bands would be complete without mentioning just how huge a phenomenon NKOTB was back in their day?
I've got to have you all just for me.
Their 1990 album Step by Step featured 2 top 10 singles, as well as an expansive world tour. The New Kids were also co-writing more songs at this point, and playing their own instruments.
Remember when we said, girl, please?
This allowed their more mature follow-up, Face the Music, to incorporate more diverse musical influences, such as R&B. Number 3, Boyz II Men.
Said we'd be forever, sitting there the time.
It's probably disingenuous to immediately dismiss the intrinsically hooky nature of pop music and boy band material as ineffectual or without merit. After all, even restrained, structured pop tunes can be difficult to write. Boyz II Men turned their melodic, sensitive, and sincere style of vocal pop harmony into an art form.
Can somebody tell me how to get things back the way they used to be?
This was achieved primarily upon the backs of their ballads like End of the Road, On Bended Knee, and I'll Make Love to You.
Yes, I'll make love to you like you want me to.
Boyz II Men could also swing and groove with the best of them, however, and helped underline the fact that pop music can be a unifying and transformative genre.
I belong to you.
Number 2, InSync.
Staring at my heart when I'm with you, but when we are apart, I feel it too.
The question every boy band fan was asking at the start of this video is probably clear. Which out of the big 2 is going to take the top spot?
Hey, hey.
Well, it's InSync who receives the silver medal this time around, but that does nothing to detract from how generations of pop music fans grew up with these boys as their musical soundtrack. The legacy of InSync managed to launch a successful solo career for Justin Timberlake.
So if I get jealous, I can't help it.
Even if we feel that JC Chazé was the better singer. Sorry, Justin. As well as various reality, acting, and charity work for InSync dudes Joey Fatone, Lance Bass, and Chris Kirkpatrick. Is it too much to close this entry out by saying Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. LFO. These light, funky ones had some memorable hits.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I'd take her if I had one wish.
O-Town. From reality show obscurity to chart success.
'Cause I want it all, or nothing at all.
BB Mac. Britain strikes boy band gold yet again.
Until you're back here, baby. There's a feeling inside, I want you to know.
Westlife. A dark horse boy band pick from Ireland.
So I say a little prayer, and hope my dreams will take me there.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Backstreet Boys.
I want it that way.
The music of the Backstreet Boys frankly defined the landscape of 90s teen pop, but make no mistake, it didn't come and go with the era, or should we say the millennium.
Tell me why it ain't nothing but a thought. Tell me why.
No, there is an entire generation of adults that still look back upon the group's music with limitless nostalgia.
Everybody, yeah. Rock your body, yeah.
This love and devotion goes far beyond mere looks, which fade, or even talent, which can be manipulated or impersonated. Said simply, the Backstreet songs were not just better, they were the best.
I pray for this heart to be unbroken.
From Everybody Backstreet's Back to Incomplete, it's a murderer's row of hits.
I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way.
Who's your biggest boy band crush then or now? Let us know in the comments.
It's all because you're sunshine. You're a cure for my pain, baby. Oh, yeah.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.